Welcome back, everybody, to the October Country Comics podcast. This is Devon.
Will.
I was laughing.
Okay, you can't do this to me today. Okay, everyone out there, I am not feeling well this week, so I am gonna sound all kinds of death warmed over.
He's gonna literally sound like he's done nothing but smoke a carton of Camel Crush per minute.
No, that'd be like if I was talking like this, honey.
Keep doing it. You're gonna start coughing again.
I'm dying.
Mike Wazowski.
So first up, aside from our normal banter,
You're just staring at me like I should. What?
staring longingly at you.
For
yes, please.
So-
for those that can't see, Devin was staring longingly into Will's eyes.
I was.
Will
like, I
Will grip Devin's shoulders.
I was watching
tenderly.
my computer as it was recording, and I look over, and Devin's just like giving me this like hee
He pulls
God,
Devin
I
into
think
a
it's-
strong embrace.
No,
little like schoolgirl like tee like
I'm leaving. I'm chalking it up to the cough syrup. I have no idea what's
the
going on.
half a
right
bottle
now.
of Robitussin you
Yeah.
shotgun 10 minutes before this.
Well, listen, man. I'm trying not to cough into the mic and like deafen our viewer or our listeners' viewers.
Why? It's fine. I cackle like a hyena, so it's great.
Yeah, but that only deafens Will, and it's actually really funny when it happens.
It always is.
I mean, to you guys,
I think it's.
Wait,
Wait,
okay,
what's-
have you ever you've seen 48 Hours with Eddie Murphy and Nick Nolte?
Yeah.
You remember the part where Eddie Murphy's jamming out in the jail cell,
Mm-hmm.
and Nick Nolte's trying to get his attention, so he yells into the tape recorder, and Eddie Murphy's like, "Oh my god!"
Mm-hmm. All I have to say is, like, I just want you to start making Archer tinnitus references.
I have
That's all I want you to do. But anyway, you were saying.
Bob's Burgers.
Remember that episode where he gets abducted and thinks he's Bob from Bob's
Yes.
Burgers?
And the kids are just quiet. It's just the guy that plays Linda.
You ever see the episode of Family Guy where he's like trying to take the castle away from I think it's Lois's rich father, and the movie guy that's played by the same guy that does Bob's Burgers and Archer is there, and they're doing it with archers. Like they're gonna do it with like bows and arrows and like scale the castle or like burn it down with flaming arrows. So Peter yells archers, and he comes out the window and he goes, "What?" And he goes, "Oh, I forgot he's him too. Fire!" And then they just blow past it, and I thought that was really clever.
You know he was also in Family Guy. Not Archer, but the voice actor.
Yeah, he plays the movie guy.
No,
That's
he
why
also has another character.
in Family Guy.
He plays the clerk at the store.
That's the movie guy.
Oh, is it?
Clerk.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, the guy at the gas station.
Yeah.
yeah. He's like, yeah. In the episode where
I
they
know where
parody
you're getting
the
movie guy from now. I got confused, and I'm like,
yeah, he knows
What are you
every
talking
movie ever known
Yeah.
because he got addicted to alcohol. Because they did that Robin
Yeah.
Hood and the Seven Hoods thing or whatever that movie's called. They did the Mr. Booze song.
but you were saying before we got on a really weird rant and tirade.
Oh yeah. I was privileged enough to be invited on a friend of mine's podcast over the weekend.
Wow.
Cheating bastard.
Which one? Oh yeah, now you're the cheater. Look at you
was the
going
cheater?
on other
Who was the cheater?
podcasts.
Oh, ha.
Hey, listen. Okay, he's a close friend of mine. I've known him for years.
Aw.
And he asked me to come on because they were doing a special comic book podcast. Ironically enough, they planned it's their 50th episode that they did.
Oh, how fun.
And it was actually kind of sad because they had planned this out already, and then the same week that they planned to do this episode, Stan Lee died. So they're like, yeah, we had a lot more to talk about than we thought we were going to because some stuff happened. But it's actually on their Facebook is it's called Digital Zone Entertainment. So if anyone wants to check out their Facebook page, that's where you can find some of the links to their podcasts. It's also their web page is digitalzoneent.com. And when you go there, under the menu, look for Mole and Zane's podcast of Random Randomness is what I believe it's called.
Oh.
Yeah, no, it's fun. We were talking about comics. The way they do their podcasts is they actually have they pick music to like kind of like go with the things that they're talking about. So after every topic, they play a song that is part of like what they're talking about. So it was pretty cool. So it was actually fun because we actually played a lot of like comic book music or things that mention comic books in it. And one of them was actually one of my favorite songs, Kirby Crackle's. Why can't I remember the name of the song?
It's the Robitussin.
It probably is the Robitussin. It's no, it's Ring Capacity. It's the
Ring capacity.
Yeah.
I had no idea what this was.
Oh yeah, no, Ring Capacity by Kirby Crackle, it was a Green Lantern song that they wrote.
Oh, how fun.
It came out around the time the movie came out, so they were trying to get it into the movie originally. They petitioned to get it in the movie. So yeah, but like I said, yeah, if you go on the website digitalzoneent.com, their podcast they do is called Mole and Zane's Podcast of Rambling Randomness. So it's on episode 50. It's a comic book related episode. It's really cool. Guys, thanks for having me on the podcast. Really appreciate it. And hopefully we'll obviously be able to get you guys down here to do a podcast with us. So
Wow, a crossover!
A crossover!
Crossover!
I don't know what.
Wait.
Oh my god.
A crossover!
Crossover?
Crossover!
Back scratcher!
Oh my
Scratcher!
God. I don't know what you're getting so excited about. The whole thing that he was talking about with the music. All I could think of was Godwill. That seems like he's going to want you to start doing a lot more work. Brace yourself.
No, we have our thing. Other people have theirs.
I was joking.
We're not stealing anyone's bit.
I was
joking.
But
no, I was like, hey, now maybe we can milk it like Marvel and DC does, and actually like stretch, like do a 6-issue.
Are we gonna create a universe?
We'll do a 6-issue crossover, but milk it for 13 months.
Yeah.
With God knows how many tie-ins.
Oh
Listen,
God!
You leave Moonwing alone. Spider-Boy.
Dark Claw,
whatever the hell the Steve Trevor and
Iron Hammer.
Steve Trevor and Punisher thing was called. The comic book was Bracelets and Bullets. Yeah.
Bracelets and Bullets.
Bracelets and Bullets. Google it.
That's crazy.
Bracelets and Bullets. I actually bought it for $1 at a place.
So yeah, for everybody out there, we're gonna be expanding. We're gonna be expanding our digital reach. You'll see. Next year, you'll
see. You'll all see.
We're really just gonna start exploring the dark web. That's what's gonna happen. The podcast is only gonna be used.
You don't mention the dark web on anything you use the web
It was
for,
a
man.
joke.
No, they find you. Those people find you, man.
Oh my god.
They can sense it.
Didn't you watch the horror movie Dark Web?
No, I didn't.
Do you remember the movie Unfriended?
Yes.
They did a dark web version of Unfriended. Actually, I think it's called
Unfriended the dark web.
Yes, I think that's actually what it's called.
Oh, that's the sequel, right?
Yeah.
The one that's coming out, or did that already come out?
I think it already came out. I think it was direct to
It
video.
was probably garbage.
Oh.
They were both garbage.
Yeah.
The first one was
I'm
garbage.
just saying.
We should do comic book movie reviews.
Yes. Oh my god, once a month.
And we'll just review.
I told you we have to do a commentary track on that. The first thing we have to do is the failed X-Men.
No, that too.
Pilot.
I legitimately cannot wait. I think we need to do it as, like I said, a book club earlier, and each one of us has to pick, and the other ones have to watch. I can't wait to make both of
Listen.
you watch the Vampirella movie. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be garbage. Actually, not that bad.
It's pretty
God.
bad, man.
It's everything I wanted it to be.
Isn't Bill Pullman in that movie?
Who's that?
The president from Independence Day.
I don't think so. Your wife has my phone. I would Google it without that.
That's the movie where she has the bracelet on her arm that keeps her from wanting blood.
No. Nope.
I don't remember now.
She drinks blood in that movie. She drinks synthetic blood, but it's blood.
Mm.
I thought she pulls it out of her boot. But anyway.
Pulls it out of her boot.
Pulls it out of her boot. Her
Among
thigh
other
high.
things, I guess.
No.
I guess it's better than, there's not much else she wears that can conceal anything, so.
I think that's what I'm going to go home and do tonight. I'm going to watch the Vampirella movie again. Because it's so amazing.
Awesome.
Boy.
So, we have some things like it's been a slow news week because as everyone
Thanksgiving.
knows, it was the holiday. So
Happy belated giving, by the way, to all.
belated. No, it's happy belated Thanksgiving.
I was burping and trying not to burp into the mic.
That's like saying happy birth belated day.
It's happy birthmas. Get it right. But
Speaking of birthmasses,
oh yeah, Will's coming up.
you're coming up with your birthmas.
He's gonna
Oh,
be
yeah.
all of 4.5.
We will have already. I mean, this will come out on my birthday. Not
Will
this
it
episode, but the
though?
next one.
Will
Yeah?
it though?
Surprisingly.
Wow.
Will it though?
Yes, it will.
Will it though?
So yeah, man, how's it feel if I be of driving age?
Yeah, I was gonna wait for that. I was like, are you gonna really ask me how does it feel to be 20 or like a dumb?
I just can't wait
Age.
for your voice to drop.
Or actually, no, I'm sorry. That's right. You're not even legal driving age. You sent everyone out your invitations to your quinceañera.
My quinceañera. Yes,
I cannot wait.
I remember.
Did you get your? Did you? Now your dress you're wearing.
My
is it
it's
an
actually
open?
my
Is it an
bat
open back?
mitzvah
Is it an open back dress?
God, that would look so pretty.
on me.
Is
You
this
think
what
I
we're
could pull
doing?
off- You think I could pull off an open back dress?
I think you have the spine for it.
Oh, thank you.
This is what we're doing all episode.
This
is
what we're doing.
I mean, we have the material to space it out for this much of
I
of
know.
talking about my bot
I didn't know what.
quinceañera.
Bot quinceañera?
Your birthmas quinceañera.
So no, really, joking
16.
aside, what are you?
I'm going to be 20.
Oh, hooray.
Thank you. Gonna be 20 years old.
That's good, man.
I'm finally gonna be. I'm no longer gonna be a teenager.
That's great.
Yeah. It's
My
a
Wait, you're only
Teenagers.
you're only turning. Why have you been drinking all these vodkas while we've been sitting at these tables?
Why are you saying this on a podcast that my mother listens to?
Oh my god. You are so mean.
No, he only drinks water. At least
It's
that's
true.
that's what I think that clear liquid in the bottle he brings is.
Wow.
Yup.
Wow.
Oh, stop! His mother's met me.
His
She knows
mother's not gonna let him.
This is the
out.
cough syrup talking, isn't it?
Oh.
Devin?
Yes, it
that's-
is. I am hopped up on cough syrup because I have been sick for a week.
Have you tried Robitussin?
That's all I drink all day, every day.
What? I told you.
Raspberry flavored.
I told you you really just need to take Mucinex. You'll feel so much better.
I don't
Isn't
like
that the one that had the commercial with the two mucus things, and one of them was T.J. Miller?
Yes.
Yes.
Right.
Didn't he lose that job? Along with all
I
his
would
other
assume,
jobs?
yeah, he lost all of his jobs.
So what else is going on in this world of ours?
Um,
I'm trying to keep us focused.
What's
today.
up with the new releases, man? What have we
Yeah,
got?
What's going on with that?
What's hot on the table
hot
this
on the
week?
table. I thought we were changing it up this week.
Oh, what's the news then?
Yeah, I thought we were
Oh.
gonna talk about news.
Well,
man.
we changed it up last week, but you said
Okay,
directly after the
it's
thing
okay.
we were gonna go to newer.
Are we
whatever.
doing new releases? or
No,
are we
let's
doing
do news. News is smaller.
Surprise me! Surprise
No,
me!
news is smaller.
Surprise me! Cough syrup infused Devon.
Devon.
All right.
This is
Take
a
me
great...
for a loop, Daddy.
Whoa. I have no words for that.
Listen here, you elf on the shelf.
You are a life-size elf on the shelf.
We have
even
an
got
elf
the
on the
same
shelf.
hair.
We have an elf on the shelf in my house. Its
Why?
name, I
Is
think it's a
Birdman?
girl. Her name is Mistletoe.
How
Does
can
she
you
have?
tell?
Because they have earrings and blush.
They actually
Is
make
that-
female elf on the
Yes,
shelf
they
now?
do.
Yep.
Check. You will literally see it'll have white
Yeah,
dots in her
I
ears.
thought it just would say that on the box.
and
when
she'll
you get
look.
it.
She'll look like a giant whore because of all the rouge she's wearing. I'm not kidding.
I mean, she's just wearing the regular elf on the shelf. Clothes,
Yeah, she'll no, but
but she's
rouge blush.
made up,
She's wearing
yeah.
a lot of blush.
But her name is Mistletoe, and she makes her way around the house for the
I'm
children.
sure she does. I don't really have anything. I think Elf on the Shelf is creepy.
I never liked elf on the shelf.
No,
We never started it until my sisters were like, "Yeah."
I remember receiving the holiday shipment for Barnes & Noble many, many years ago, cracking the box open and looking at my manager be like, what the beep is this? I was like, this is terrifying. And it scarred me. It is terrifying.
Oh, it's horrifying. It really is. It's like
Although I will give these people, like, credit. Some of them do really fun things with that weird elf.
hey, look, man, I don't know. If I was a kid,
That would emotionally
okay.
scar me.
Now here's the thing.
Be like
no,
Chucky.
No, that's the thing. Us growing up, okay?
Huh.
Really, no. Like think about this. growing
so
up,
much for Will.
I watched Chucky when I was
Yeah.
young. I was young when
I was
first,
like 3.
yeah. Okay, now imagine this. Imagine your parents come home and say, "Hey, we got you Elf on a Shelf."
It
And it
moves.
moves by itself. Nope. It's possessed. It's evil. It has to get killed with fire. Like, that's what would have happened.
Fire will cleanse.
I would have been terrified as a kid.
Do you remember that awful, and I mean friggin' wretched, because I think you were still with the company when we got Elf on the Shelf.
Yeah.
That stupid Elf on the Shelf video they sent
Yup.
us. The Elf on the Shelf is watching you.
I got a question for
watching
you. Okay.
Watching
I have
you.
a question. Did
Terrifying.
the TV you guys had to play it on?
Yeah.
Was it like a really old like tube TV?
Yeah.
Like a crappy DVD
Yeah.
player?
It was friggin' terrifying.
Yeah. That's the song, Will.
You can Google it. It's a
and,
thing.
Okay, and they have like the dead wide
Yeah.
smiling eyes. The Elf on the Shelf
Shelf
is watching you, watching
don't
you.
wanna-
watching.
I don't want to look it up.
I don't want. Okay. What the hell are we doing here? What's going on?
So in the news this week, everybody,
We now know.
The Elf on the Shelf is watching you.
I think we freaked Will out a little bit.
It's
we,
terrifying.
We both like had that dead look in our eye, just singing the song. He was like, "Nope,
Yeah,
stop,
Elf on the
stop."
Shelf. You were both looking at me, and I was very scared.
It's
for my
terrifying.
safety. I can tell.
So news.
The elf under your bed is watching you.
I'm ready.
Wait, Kyle's already under my bed.
Wow, that's a little weird.
Could you imagine just waking up and Kyle's like, "Hey, what's up?
Sup?
You're getting some sleep.
Sup? You catching some Z's?"
Oh, Kyle wouldn't say Z's, would he? I don't think
No.
so.
I don't think so. No, Kyle doesn't strike me as a Z's boy. He strikes me as a
Fair enough.
sleep.
No,
guy.
I feel like Kyle would definitely wake up first, and he would just mess with you. He would just flip the bed over and just make some like inhuman noise. What was that? You'd be terrified, not knowing what this giant lumbering figure is coming at you, and then once you rub the boogers out of your eyes, you sit there like, oh, it's just Kyle.
It's just.
Oh, it's just Kyle. And he'll
It's
go,
just
"Yeah, I
the
was
sa-
bored."
It's just the Sandman. Bring
me
me
a
a dream.
dream.
Bum, 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 bum.
Yeah, that's
Make
what
him
he's
the
singing as he's
sweetest-
attacking
Oh,
you.
that's terrifying. I think I'd rather have Michael Myers at that point.
Yeah, waking up to Kyle next to you singing, "Mr. Sandman,
Oh.
bring me a dream."
Oh, God. What the hell is in
okay.
the news?
No. Okay, first off, and you know Kyle. He's a little bit more theatrical than that.
Yeah.
He would do the full. He would be like doing the
He'd
full
do the
like
Teddy
acapella. Mr. Sandman. I can't do it right now. My voice is
Yeah,
gonna
you
die.
were just about to
Mr.
crack.
Sandman,
All right.
bring me a dream.
What?
Bum bum bum.
Make him the cutest
that I've ever seen.
Bum,
Bum,
bum, bum,
bum,
bum.
bum.
Give him 2 lips.
Like roses and clover.
And tell him that his lonesome nights are over. What is happening to this podcast? Devin, get control of your goddamn show.
Anyway, so
This is just going to be a giant out. Don't even edit this, Will. Don't even edit this. What are we doing? What's the news?
no, we now
What's the news?
that would have been like a great segue for you to start doing the We Will Rock You stuff.
Oh.
That?
Yeah.
I want to write a song that everyone can sing. They wrote it way before they did in the movie. Because I remember I was like, wait a minute, I've seen the music video for
No,
this.
it's funny.
And he had the long hair.
Did it?
The great
He
thing.
did not have the mustache
The
yet.
funny thing about it though
Interesting.
was great because I looked up which one it was. It's actually on the album that in Family Guy Stewie is terrified of.
Awesome.
News of the World. We Will Rock You and We Are the Champions are on News of the World, and that's the album with the dead the robot.
robot.
Yeah, the one that's
Yeah,
dangling everybody.
that's Stewie's terrified of. It was great.
So what's happening?
Now,
Yeah.
What's in
what's
our
happening
news?
now? Is that are we doing catchphrases from shows?
Is that what we're doing?
What's happening?
What's happening now in the news?
Different strokes.
My name is Florida. That's the name of a state.
My name is Kyle, and I'm here to say...
What?
Sup?
Your name's Will.
Your name's
I know, I was
Or
doing
Liam.
that was my Kyle impression.
or Wheaton.
I was just gonna go
Will
with
Wheaton. Will Wheaton.
Wheaton.
That's all I'm gonna call you now is Wheaton.
Oh
Wheaton.
my god.
Wheaton.
I could live with that.
I'm sure.
I've been called worse things.
Me too.
So anyway, news.
Oh my god.
Let me read the news here. The
The
news
pages
says,
of them.
Give me
Yeah.
the news.
That's right. The slow news week. There's really no
Hit
news.
me with your best
so
news.
the biggest thing we have actually is the fact that They're casting for Lex Luthor on Supergirl.
Whoa. I didn't think they were going to do it, but now it's a thing.
Who's the actor who's playing him?
Jon Cryer.
Jon Cryer.
Why?
Who, fun fact, played Lex Luthor's nephew in Superman 4.
That
Superman
is...
4 is a terrible movie, Will. Why would you even bring it up?
I didn't know actually till this morning. I saw
That there was
watched,
a Superman 4?
No, that he was in it.
Oh.
Why?
I've never seen it, but
Why didn't we just have the guy from Smallville reprise his role?
because that wouldn't have made
I
literally
don't
any
care.
sense.
That man is...
No, they were not going to do that.
That and Michael Rosenbaum won't shave his head anymore.
I don't understand why people...
CGI. We did it with the mustache. Do it with the hair.
It's so weird. Like, I was thinking about this the other day. Like, actors will, leave stuff or, sometimes they'll pass away and, like, everyone has, like, a huge fit over, like, what are you going to do? You can't just recast this character.
First of all,
Yes, you kind of
if
can.
soap operas
That's
have
how
taught me
theater
anything,
works.
If soap operas have taught me anything in this life, everyone is recastable.
Yes, and which is what I'm saying is very odd for someone to think like, oh my god, like yes, the general audience combines this actor's face with this character, but so do like a lot of people who go to theater, and you see like multiple. You go to one show, and maybe like an understudy's filling in for someone, and then you go see it again, and you're like, whoa, this is weird. Like I didn't see that guy, but he's still good. Like.
Well, this is...
It's so weird how we can do that with theater at any time, because every time a new show comes back to Broadway, like Into the Woods,
oh my God, look
like
at
you see that
Hedwig.
over and over again, like that, or Lion King, that just keeps... Lion King has actually never been revived. It's always been playing.
Interesting.
Like, they've just always been... Fun fact. It's just... I learned that in a class I was having. They've never revived it. It's just been continuously running. But they always... In theater shows, they always replace the actors when the show's revived, or it goes... Like, look at Hamilton. No one from the original cast is there, but it hasn't stopped running, and no one hasn't stopped booking out the theater.
Yeah,
You know what I'm waiting for the revival of?
What?
The Spider-Man Broadway musical.
They'll
my
never do that again.
God, They should.
We actually learned a lot. I actually learned
That
a lot about
musical
that
was
in my
cursed.
Asian theater class. We
Did you
saw a
say your
video.
ancient theater.
Asian.
Oh,
They were
I thought you
talking
said
about
ancient.
someone was like a
You
scenic
cultural
designer,
appropriator, you.
and they were someone who had been influenced by Asian scenic design and puppeteering was doing the set design for Spider-Man the musical, and I got to watch a video of Spider-Man falling off the bridge, because in actuality they tried to cover that one up because they said Mary Jane falls, because in the scene he's having her over the bridge and she falls.
Hold on. I
But
want to
Is that
stop
where
you
he
right there.
died?
The way that you said that, you're like, yeah, so in the scene, he's having Mary Jane over the bridge.
And then
Yeah,
she
okay, I
falls.
screwed up. It's late. He had Mary Jane, and this is Spider-Man, and she falls, but you can see the cable attached to her. The problem is, when Spider-Man jumps after her, you see the cable follow him, and follow him, and follow him. Oh, there's the other end of the cable following him down. Yeah, he fell like several feet onto the stage and broke a lot of bones. But luckily, the show was able to continue because Spider-Man is played by multiple people in the show. It's multiple stunt doubles doing different scenes. So the show still continued. That guy was just wheeled out. But yes, several people were hurt.
Yeah.
And they never made... I think the show itself
Didn't Bono
cost
do the music
over
of that?
$65
think it was Bono.
million, $65 million, and it made roughly 30.
Wow.
It did not make anything
I
back.
do not feel that everything needs to be a goddamn Broadway musical.
No.
Spider-Man doesn't need to be. Rocky doesn't need to be, other than just to hear him scream Adrian with a mouthful of quarters.
Adrian! Like, could you hear him doing it to the tune of the theme? Adrian! Adrian!
God, what else?
That's amazing.
That's pretty epic, actually. Jon Cryer as Superman.
That's happening.
or
I don't know why.
Sorry, Jon Cryer is Lex Luthor, which is really weird considering Jon Cryer looks older than the woman playing his mother. Just enjoy that for a minute.
He's
Not
just had
for
a rough
me.
life.
I
I've looked
think
at
so.
him.
That woman looks stunning.
The
that
woman that
woman-
plays his mom, I can tell she is like 60.
She looks maybe 50, early 50s.
I'd say late.
Jon
50s.
Cryer looks like.
Why don't you look it up,
things.
Steve?
I would if I
How old
could,
is
but I
Jon
can't.
Cryer?
No, the
I can't look it up as fast
I
as
think they
Steve.
made him too old for everyone else.
Well, no, I think one of the things is that I feel though is to Will's point though, people getting recasted and things like that. That was always my big problem with the Dark Knight movies. Was the
You think they should have recasted Heath Ledger?
yeah? I mean, they did it to Katie Holmes.
Yeah, but Katie Holmes sucked. I actually felt
He's
bad
53.
about what's her face dying in that movie.
I was actually really upset that Katie Holmes didn't come back.
Oh no,
I was
the
so
other
happy
girl.
when Maggie Gyllenhaal finally bit it.
love
She
Maggie
was so
Gyllenhaal.
annoying in that movie.
I have such a boy crush on Maggie Gyllenhaal. It's nauseating.
But no, I think that's what they should have done with because that was the original plan for the third movie was they were going to be taking the Joker to trial.
Oh.
There wasn't supposed to be as big of a long gap in the timeline. But I mean, whatever. I mean, I think that you could have had someone come in for like one scene in
Oh yeah.
in Rises. I don't agree with the fact that they had Catwoman kill Bane. I think the Joker should have killed him and walked away. Like, no one kills the Bat but me kind of thing. That would have been cool.
That would have.
You didn't even have to show his face. You could just have, like, Batman got beat up pretty bad, so he could be, like, blurring out, But
I think her name was Barbara Strong, by the way. That plays Lex's mother. If that's what you were looking up. I think it's Barbara, or... Yeah, I think it's Barbara. I don't think it's Brenda.
No, it is Brenda Strong.
Is it
I'm
Brenda?
looking at
Okay, how old is she?
He is 53. She is 58.
She does not look 58. God, good for her.
I said late 50s. I was on it.
Good for her. Still too close of an age.
No, she's only like 8 years old.
Yeah.
Or no, she's not even 8 years
No, she's
older.
5 years
five
older
years
than
older than him. That's crazy.
that's
but
like, I mean, that's like, but look at Sean Connery and Harrison Ford in
Sean Connery.
Last Crusade.
Yeah, but we expect more
Sean
from
Connery
our
wasn't
stuff
much
now.
older than Harrison Ford.
Really?
Yeah, I think he was only like 10 years older than Harrison Ford.
Interesting. I never knew that.
I mean, nobody ever really plays their like actual
I mean,
age.
God, look at 90210. They were all in their 30s playing kids in their 16s.
You mean in their teens?
No, 16 is when 90210 started. They were
Your
16.
exact
but they were in
phrasing
their
was
teens.
kids
I know.
in their 16s.
Listen, it's late. That was
I guess you
your
could have said
excuse.
late teens.
Having
Whatever.
Mary Jane over the bridge or whatever
Yeah,
I said
listen,
doesn't
Mary
seem
Jane
so
over
bad.
the bridge. So that's
So
Jon
Jon Cryer as Lex Luthor. I mean,
I'm not. I can see that
I
only
can't.
because of his link to the DC universe was so limited because they have a tendency of doing that, especially with this show, because they did Linda Carter as the president of the United States.
well, you know,
because
her
she was
mother
Wonder
is
Woman.
the original Supergirl.
Linda Carter's?
No, and Supergirl. Supergirl and the sister's mother, not the birth mother, the one that raises them. That's the original Supergirl.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and their dad is Superman from
Yeah.
Lois
wait,
and
Helen
Clark.
Slater plays the mom in Supergirl?
Well, that's
Yeah.
another one. Good for her.
They
she looks.
they cast so many people from
Yeah.
past Superman franchise
Projects.
era shows.
Well, that's
and
like
projects.
that's like in Smallville. The woman
They
who
haven't
played-
done anybody for Smallville yet, as
Right.
far as I'm
No,
aware.
no, but in Smallville, the mom, the Martha Kent, she actually played Lana Lang.
That's what I
in
thought,
Superman
yeah.
4.
Oh wow!
I really love the episode where Christopher Reeves guest stars.
There's a couple of them.
Oh, I thought he only did the one.
No, there's a couple.
I only saw the one where he explains Clark's origins.
And then Margot Kidder guest starred a couple times.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That was
Interesting
fun.
times. I don't know. I mean, I have not no.
I actually, as we were talking, I had a light bulb moment. I'm actually all for this. Because it's not going to be worse than that Jesse Eisenberg garbage that I've seen on the big screen. So, at this point, you can't do anything worse. I'd love to stand
No,
corrected.
there's no way he can be
Do
worse.
Yeah.
Unless they just write him like he was in 2.5 Men.
I was just gonna say, I just want them to write him, and then I want him at the last 5 minutes for him to get shot in the head, and Charlie Sheen to come up and be like, "Yeah, so I'm actually really Lex." That'd be amazing. But yeah.
Oh, Charlie Sheen. Yeah.
Just have Charlie Sheen come up and be like, shoot him in the head and be like, "I'm the real Lex." Yes. Give that train wreck of a human being more acting roles, please. Thank you. Rank it right up there with Lindsay Lohan.
Hey man, listen, I actually called it like years ago when they originally fired Charlie Sheen from 2.5 Men, and their flimsy like how he got killed on the show happened.
Garbage.
Well, because they explained that he got pushed in front of a train by the woman that he
By
married,
Rose,
who was
the
who was a stalker. And the minute that episode aired, I called it. I said, they're like, "Oh yeah, it's pushed in front of a train. All we have are the remains." I'm like, oh, they have an easy way to bring Charlie Sheen back. They can just say that she locked him in a basement somewhere.
And they did.
And that's what they wound up doing.
Because
Except they couldn't get Charlie Sheen to actually come back. So they just like have some guy show up. And you just see the back of his head at the end of the episode.
And then he gets hit by it with a piano.
Yes.
Stupid friggin'. Anyway, what's next?
Yeah, we should. I think we finalized our opinion about Jon Cryer's Lex.
Yeah, the fact that we were all indifferent to it.
Pretty much.
I'm
You seem to be more on the negative side of it, but I'm
more
open.
positive now.
I've given up on everything live action DC.
Well,
I'm putting that out there right now.
Yeah, I
it
know
makes no
that.
never mind to me.
This is the thing, though, for me when it comes to Lex. I like, and I wish my sister was listening, I like my Lex sexy. Like, I like the Smallville Lex. I like the Lex from Justice League where his voice is like butter, or a knife cutting through hot butter. Like, this is what I like. This is what I want from my Lex.
The hot butter.
Your hot butter. This is what I want from my Lex.
I mean, in that regard, back in the day, Gene Hackman was a sexy Lex.
I actually enjoyed me some Gene Hackman back in the day. He was
I
very
was just saying that
attractive
back
man.
in the day, like Gene Hackman was like one of the.
But that's what I'm saying.
I don't know if they didn't do this at the time, but he was like.
But he would have
back
been,
in the day, he would have been like one of the sexiest men alive, kind of thing.
And I enjoyed me some Gene Hackman.
I'm not sure how I feel about Kevin Spacey though. Will's just drinking his water. He doesn't even know what we're saying anymore.
Kevin Spacey.
You all should really. So you all should have seen it. Like if we had this on video, Will's just sitting there staring at the ceiling, drinking his water,
and I'm trying not to
has
say
no
anything.
idea what we're even talking about.
I love Kevin Spacey, but unfortunately, his life choices have tarnished him.
There was a really good meme that came out of that, which was him getting pulled over and them going, "Do you know why I pulled you over? It's because you were speeding." And he goes, "But officer, I'm gay." And he goes, "Oh, well, have a nice day." And then just leaves. Because that was his response. That was his defense.
Thing.
Was his like, "Oh, well, I didn't want to come out this way, but I guess now you all know I'm gay."
And it's like that doesn't
and
make
it's been
anything
really
better.
hard for me. And then his entire response statement takes a completely left turn and just like it's just him talking about how much of a struggle it's been with him being gay this whole time. Instead of,
it was a giant cop out. Like, we knew you were a giant.
He was
mo
like,
for
"I don't know if I
years.
did it or not, because I was super drunk, but."
Well, it was all
Right.
the coke at that. And oh
Look.
my god.
I'm gonna say this right. This is the thing. Any of these guys who sit there and say that they don't know if they did it because they were on something, it's nonsense. Generally, people who even if you're drunk, you still know where you've been.
Unless you blacked out.
I was gonna say
but
I've
he
never
doesn't know
blacked
how...
out, but I know people who have. Like, I've known people that, like, I was gonna say something that's gonna come out really bad. We've all gone to bed, and they're like, "How the friggin' hell did I get back to your house?" I have a few friends that like literally crashed and spent the night, and they're like, "Oh." I was like, "Yeah, I wasn't letting you drive home."
Yeah, I don't know. That's a whole nother rabbit hole that we can all go down eventually one day.
This is what happens when Marvel, DC, and the independent world does not put out news.
Yeah,
It's just like a whoop-a-willa's ass going.
It's a what?
A whoop-a-willa's ass.
A whoop-a-willa's ass?
You've never heard that expression?
Nope.
Oh.
Is
Where's
that,
it come from, Steve?
The Whoopawilla tree. I don't know.
Nice. That's like my sister once asked where's spam come from. Everyone in my family's asked that, and my mom always says it's the spamalope.
Oh my god. So what's next?
Yeah.
The only other real interesting piece of news that came out this week was the fact that there's a new Red Sonja creative team.
Oh my god, are you serious? That's amazing. Yes.
Can you?
Yeah. Oh
can
my.
you tell him he can stop phoning it in? This is making me uncomfortable.
Yeah. New creative team for what is it? Red Sonja. Yes.
Oh my god, I can't wait. I can't wait.
I'll have what he's having.
I can't wait until we make him watch the Red Sonja movie as part of the book club
I have to.
or movie club.
Movie club, yeah, movie club.
Yeah.
The thing we're.
Did you
we're
like?
doing.
Did you like my reference? Did you like my reference
I
to the?
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Okay.
I knew
Hold
what
on.
you were doing.
Hold on.
Okay.
one
I'm just
second.
making sure. I just want to know
I
you
heard
knew
it.
what the reference was.
Seriously, that's only one of like my favorite comedies ever.
Yeah, it's one of the best Michelle Pfeiffer movies out there.
Get the hell out of this room.
What? It's Billy Crystal and Michelle Pfeiffer.
I hate you.
Okay. Hold on. 1 second.
I love me.
Okay. New creative team for Red Sonja.
Yeah, no, definitely. And yeah, Will, I mean that was some reaction.
You're not allowed to phone anything anymore.
That was
What?
What?
that was as epic as the performance Michelle Pfeiffer gave in When Harry Met Sally.
Oh my. Yeah. Thank you.
That didn't happen.
Yeah, it's the scene where they're in the diner
I hate you.
and she says that women fake it.
I
and
hope
he-
you lose your voice tonight. Or
Why?
tomorrow.
What is wrong? What did
Oh
I
wait,
do?
is that the one where she starts
It's
like
Meg
faking it
Ryan.
in the middle of?
It's
No.
not Julie. Or it's not Michelle Pfeiffer.
Yeah, I've never seen it, but is that the one
Yes.
where like, she's in the diner and she's just like,
And the lady
"Ah!"
and the lady says, "I'll have what she's having."
Oh yes,
Yeah, that's why I
get
said
that
that,
reference.
yes.
Never seen the movie, have
Yeah.
seen the scene.
That movie is a. Oh, I hate
Okay.
you both.
No, but again, and what are you talking? Meg Ryan is in Witches of Eastwick.
I hope you lose your voice. I hope that all the Robitussin, the minute you go to drink it, turns to sand in your mouth.
That's not nice, man.
When you suck on a cough drop, I hope it's shards of glass.
Wow.
Jesus.
He's mad because he keeps getting this wrong. Okay, Meg Ryan was in Witches of Eastwick, and Michelle Pfeiffer was in When Harry Met Sally.
Whatever, fake news.
I can pull up the Wikipedia page. for
Please
you.
do get suspended
Oh
again.
my god. What do you have to? Who's on the new creative team?
Mark Russell's going to be the new writer. He's written some stuff for DC. He was writing the reboot of the Flintstones, which was actually kind of cool. It was he made like Barney and Fred actually like have you ever watched the Flintstones?
Yes.
Okay.
Do you
So
know what they are?
I mean, if that joke would have worked had I not already responded and said, yes, I have watched the Flintstones before.
So you know how they're part of like that Elks Club kind of thing?
Yes.
In the comic that they did, they made Barney and Fred veterans from the war.
Oh.
And the club is actually like a support group for soldiers, like
Oh.
for retired soldiers. So that was actually kind of cool.
Okay. That sounds like interesting. It sounds like Flintstones with like more mature themes.
Yeah, it was. I actually really liked it. A lot of people didn't like dig on it too much. Honestly, all the relaunched Hanna-Barbera stuff, that the only thing that survived is the Scooby-Doo Apocalypse.
Did it Jetsons? Is it Jetsons still kicking
No,
around?
that was only a 6-issue mini. That's done.
What happened in the Jetsons one?
I don't know. I didn't check that one out.
The robot kills everyone.
Wacky Racers was dark. That was like dark, post-apocalyptic.
I heard about that one. Wasn't one of them like transgender, and then another one was like weird? And I think
Yeah, they
DC
made-
did like a special on it.
They made some crazy stuff with it, but but yeah, the Flintstones one was actually kind of cool. The Scooby-Doo Apocalypse stuff was really good. He also Mark Russell also did the Snagglepuss miniseries, which that's the one where they established the fact that Snagglepuss was gay.
Mm-hmm.
So he's actually said they interviewed him, and he's actually really excited about doing Red Sonja because he loves like ancient history, and he's like, one of the things he loves about ancient history is like stories from ancient history. You kind of never know really fully where the legend stops and the actual history begins. So he wants to take like Red Sonja into some of these stories that are gonna like it's actual history, but he's gonna put Red Sonja in it to kind of make it like larger than life, like mythology kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's gonna be a lot of fun.
Wow.
That's due out either
February,
February 2019. So I mean, hey Steve, you're the big Red Sonja fan. Are you excited?
Yes, cautiously. I'm cautiously excited.
Has there ever been a run of Red Sonja you haven't liked?
Yes.
Which one?
Marguerite Bennett's.
Ooh, isn't that your girl?
That is my girl, but it was
That's
garbage.
your girl.
Oh no.
No, you know what? Ever since Gale relaunched it, I've really enjoyed a lot of what everything that everyone since has been doing with the character. The reason why I'm a little cautious is only because I feel that Amy Chu has stepped out of Red Sonja, even though her name is still in the book. I think predominantly it's the guy that's been co-writing it with her, that it's a lot of his plotting, and I've liked the ideas that he was doing. And I was like, okay, if they're going to let it happen, like if Amy Chu's going to be off the book, why not give it to... It's right next to you. It's like Eric something is his name. What are the last names you have there?
Oh, Chris Burnham.
Yes, him. Sorry, I don't know why I was calling
He
him
only
Eric.
did the last arc.
He's done a lot. He's co-written a lot.
He's only co-written the last arc.
That's for what you have there, but he's still co-writing.
Okay, so he's co-written the last two. Oh, Eric Burnham.
Yeah, I knew it was Eric. Thank you.
Yeah, Eric Burnham.
Yeah, he's co-written the last few issues with her. And I really liked the direction that he was doing it. And let me word this. Ever since Red Sonja came back from Current Time New York, he's been co-writing it with her. And I was like, okay, I would have liked to have seen what he would have done solo.
Yeah, but I mean, she had solid 12 issues of doing.
Oh yeah. Well, I think the first thing was more than 12. It took her a while. I think it was almost 15, 20 before she got back to New York.
No, because
Was it 12? What does that end with?
the first 2 volumes is of the first 11 issues.
Oh, okay. But no, I mean, I'm excited for it, especially with what you just told me. My husband is doing the one artwork for it, Lisner, so I'm super excited for that, the cover. And Amanda Connor is doing the other cover. So put me down for both. Thanks.
So next up, guys, I mean, we have a couple of new releases. Nothing crazy, nothing major.
Nothing to. It's pretty chillax. Why don't you come in, check them out? There's not a lot. You can come in. It's low prices. Come in, get them, see what you like. If not, you only had the one issue. You're not married to it. You didn't subscribe. But if you do, you can come in later and you can just subscribe. Subscribe to the series if you like it. See where it goes. If you don't want to subscribe immediately, that's fine too. Pick up the first couple of issues. Get a little bit further into it. See if you really enjoy it. And then, get that subscriber. Get that 10% off. Then you get 10% off other new books that come out that week. It's a great deal. Great deals, great prices, great time.
Why am I not
What?
drunk?
No. What? Hold on. What was
What the
that
hell?
ridiculous
I just wanted to
Long Island spray tan, greased hair, the situation voice wannabe nonsense?
I mean, I had an idea for it and I kept going, and I think it was one of the greatest improv works I've ever done.
Oh no, it was. But
Because it just kept going.
it kept going like gonorrhea. It just
I was
didn't
like, oh my
stop.
God. I was seeing how long I could keep it going for. Like, you were looking at me, Devon, and I was like, all right, he's still looking at me. I'm going to keep going. And I was like, I know you weren't giving me like a confirmation look like keep going, but I was like, all right, how long can I drag this
Before Devon opens his mouth?
Yeah. Because I could tell.
I'm broken right now.
I had a lot of fun.
You did really good with that.
I swear, man,
Thank you.
I'm having a moment now where I'm like, it's like that moment like Hunter S. Thompson has in Fear and Logan in Las Vegas, where he's like, yep, nope, everyone in the casino's turned into lizards. That's what's
Yup.
happening.
That's where we're at. But what do we have for our new releases that you can come in and check out?
Stop it! We're not doing that again.
We're not.
I don't have that in
end
me.
of it. That was the end of it, I promise.
It was almost like a Coach Steve voice.
Like a Coach Steve from Big Mouth?
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you want? I don't know. I can
It
do his
was
hormone
pretty
monster
close.
better.
What's the
So-
hormone monster?
man, Steve.
So we
Oh
have
my
man.
Oh.
Thick in the warm.
Oh, I hate you.
so we have for new releases this week we have books.
Go on.
Books.
What's a book?
Wait, say it again.
Books.
Oh, wait. Do it one more time.
Books.
There we go.
Are we good? Did you take the effect off?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just going to be you going, we have books. I'm going to cut it together so it just says, we have books. It'll be
So
epic.
big release this week is Dead Man Logan #1.
Because we haven't killed Logan enough.
Are we
Dead Man
killing-
Logan #1. It's the 12-issue wrap up to Old Man Logan.
God, I love these series where you're just like, death of this character. Boy, I wonder what happens in the final issue. It's like Death of Hawkman. I was like, oh God, I wonder when he's going to die. Maybe issue 6 out of 12? Probably 12, because he died at the end of 12, literally the very last page.
Well, that was a
I thought it was
Lemire
only
book.
6 issues.
Or
Yeah,
6.
it
I don't
wasn't
know.
that long.
It's just, the series is dumb. I hate comics that do that.
It was a Lemire book.
What?
Was it The Death of Hawkman written by Lemire?
No.
I know no one who
That
read
was
that.
that was on Doreko.
Oh, I do love me some.
No,
Andreyko.
Lemire wrote the
Andreyko.
one shot.
Oh,
The Dark Knight Metals
yeah.
one shot for Hawkman.
I do love me some Andreyko.
Which was okay. His one shot was fine. It was better than the series
is that
itself.
coming out this week too? The Bat Who Laughs.
No.
Is that this week?
That's
Oh.
not-
Literally everything that came out surrounding the event, other than the event itself, was pretty good. Like there were a couple of the Batman one shots where I was like,
Yeah.
not really that great.
I
Like as they went on, they kind of got progressively bad. Some of them were good shiners, but there were other ones that were kind of dumb.
I didn't like the ones that dealt with. Sorry, excuse me. It was the Green
Can you
Arrow.
repeat that one so I can
Yes.
edit out you yawning?
Sorry. I didn't like the ones that was like the underground, where it was like Green Arrow, Titans, Nightwing.
Oh, that
That I thought
wasn't
was
the
stupid.
greatest.
But I did get a really cool like Daddy Arrow cover, so there was that.
Yeah, but wasn't that the crossover that ends with them like, yeah, so we basically accomplished nothing.
Yeah.
And then Green Arrow was like, no, but we found out that light can hurt them.
Yeah,
was
it
like,
was the
what?
stupidest thing.
Like,
Yeah.
that's what the
One
guys
of the most
the-
useless tie-ins ever.
The whole thing was stupid.
And then didn't they do like the 2 issues of Green Arrow were like, oh no, that was No Justice.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
The random
Literally the entire event from Green Arrow's point of view, but he basically just spent the majority of it in Antarctica chilling with Amanda Waller, fighting her, which surprisingly enough, they're pretty evenly matched physically,
It really bothers me.
which kind of sucks.
It really bothers me that Benjamin Percy is not doing Green Arrow anymore. Because were you reading his Green Arrow?
Yes.
Rebirth.
I've read
loved
Green Arrow.
it.
I haven't stopped reading Green Arrow.
Oh, how's the 2 girls from the 100 doing?
I haven't been
Their
I'm
Birds of
not
Prey was
entirely up
awful.
to date, but their pickup issues starting off without Percy wasn't the greatest.
No,
but-
because that was the No Justice tie-ins.
Oh, they did that?
Yeah, that was that.
Oh.
When
And
That
no,
wasn't-
actually no, the ones that picked up after Percy left, that was the fill-in writer.
Ah.
That was the guy who did the arc where they were like in Iraq.
Yeah,
yeah,
that was
fighting the
weird.
nobodies, where the children from Iraq were like,
I was so upset
Taken
when
over.
Percy, like, that book was so good.
it was pretty good. It was a little much at times.
Yeah, but you know what?
Like there was that time when Green Arrow, like this old couple was like walking home from work or walking home from dinner, and they had leftovers, and he was like, I'm not gonna finish this. I guess we'll just feed it to our dog or something. And then Green Arrow comes down, stands in front of them looking menacingly, and then points to a homeless man that is sitting directly next to them, and he says nothing. He just points and makes them feed the homeless man their leftovers.
I've done that before.
You've made an elderly couple feed
No,
a
no,
homeless
he's
person?
eating the homeless man's food.
Oh.
I watched it once. It was actually pretty brutal.
Unhinged my jaw and everything.
He just
What, did you
Swallow it whole.
also eat the homeless man?
Yes.
Nice.
Keeps me so young.
This is
What the hell
one.
am I saying?
I think this is us being able to go farther because Devon's on cough syrup.
Yeah.
So now we're like all.
Devon,
Devon's
people
where
are gonna,
we're
people
at
are gonna listen to this
usually.
podcast. They don't think I have a problem.
Devon, we really need structure in a podcast. This is what happens.
What's next?
Yeah.
Because I mean, there's not much else to say. He's dying. Hooray! Les Logan.
Brees
Oh god, that's right. We were
Right.
talking about Dead Man Logan.
Yeah.
Yes, there's less Logans now. Yay!
Hooray.
You really have this dislike for this character,
Do you
don't
really
you?
have-
I
Why?
don't like. I think
Why?
he's cool. I just don't think we need 10 of him.
Okay. All right.
That's
So
fine.
what's
That's
next?
Next up, we have the launch of the new Ironheart series.
Okay.
Oh yeah! Whoa!
I'm happy to
Ironheart.
see Marvel not completely throwing out Brian Michael Bendis' creations after he's gone.
Yeah, that's pretty nice.
Like, I think that's pretty cool.
I don't know that we need a book for her. Like
I'm not
my thing is,
familiar
like,
with the character
I need
enough
her on
to
the
get an
Champion.
opinion.
Yeah,
on
that's my
whether
thing.
or not.
She's on the Champions.
Oh, she is. Then leave her there.
Her Miles.
You mean the all-new, all-inclusive rejects?
Oh, wow.
Wow.
I
So,
know.
do you not like
I sat there debating on making the joke, which is not mine, by the way. I want to make that very
Oh, whose
clear.
joke is
I did
it?
not come up with that. I think Stevens.
Oh.
I-
I was going to say, like, why wouldn't you like Champions? That's kind of like you love a team book.
I do. I've
And you
never
love
read
the
Champions.
Vision.
You
though.
should read Champions. You actually like Champions. It's a fun book.
You love the Vision.
How
You-
was the issue where they dealt with the school shooting? By the way,
Actually, I think they
come
did
back
that,
to that.
very tastefully.
I thought we talked about that already.
No, we didn't.
We talked about the fact that they were doing it,
And we got in
not
a
that they
giant
did
tirade.
it.
Oh, okay.
I actually liked it.
Yeah, it was actually handled very well. It was
you were
it was
concerned.
not. Well, you don't know what
Yeah.
what anyone's gonna do with this. But no, it was actually handled very well. They didn't inject any type of politics into it
No.
at all. It was really just all about
The
how
act.
they personally felt like they couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I'm Spider-Man, but I couldn't stop this from happening.
And that's a really interesting take to give,
Yeah.
which is what we were talking about on issue 6?
I don't know. It was a really early one.
You know what? Just go back. You're not doing anything right now and binge all of it. Just binge listen.
Do it.
Do it. I dare you. Devin will give you another
Listen,
1%.
man, I
of
That's
like
our
books.
double dog dare.
Listen, I like doing these podcasts. I like us talking about this stuff. I don't know if I'd ever subject someone to a binge marathon of us bullshitting nonsense.
So,
At this point, it would probably take the better part of the day to get through all of them because they're
So-
all at least an hour and a
I'm,
half.
I'm actually... Well, okay, let's finish the books first so that I can talk about
We only have one more.
Well, we have a few.
Or no, Ironheart was the last one, wasn't it?
No, there's
No,
one
there's
other
one
one.
more.
Oh,
so
what's next?
Ironheart's happening. It's... Read it.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I've got nothing against the character.
Get your opinion on the character.
Oh my
Come
God.
in, get it. All right, I won't. I
Stop
promise.
it.
I promise.
Listen, okay.
I promise.
Listen,
I will
I'm fine
remove
with this
your
if you make it a
genitals.
character. Like, it's got to be a straight up
Yeah.
character.
Are we
gonna name
like
him?
Snake with yeah, I'm Jake with Snake on his face.
What?
You guys don't remember that?
Character, come in, get your books. It's gonna be great.
Can we call him Morty?
Thank you,
Morty.
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 Not Morty. Why Morty?
Because when he did that, all I could
Jeff.
think, all I wanted to scream was Sylvia from The Nanny. Morty, put the toilet down. I almost fell in. That's all I
The
kept
toilet
thinking.
seat.
Morty. That's the character's name.
Oh, because
yes.
then all I'm gonna keep thinking about is Rick and Morty.
That's fine.
That's
Morty.
the first thing actually that came to my mind.
So what's next on this comic book world of ours?
Next up is the final issue of Aquaman Justice League: The Drowned.
You mean it's not going to continue
No.
for like 400 more issues?
No, not my favorite event where Aquaman fights his greatest nemesis yet,
Himself?
Flood.
Was that sarcasm?
No. Not at all.
You mean you're still getting Justice League? It must be.
This is my problem.
It must
with
be
you.
good, right?
No. I suffered through that.
I don't understand you. You physically hurt me.
I physically hurt myself, so it equals out.
Have you started catching up on Justice League yet?
Not yet. My first goal is to get through Avengers, which should be easy because I like that book. Because they're still, running around.
Doing their thing.
Doing their thing.
I can't with that nonsense.
Even though they have some weird aspects, like the whole She-Hulk and Thor thing and everything that's
Well,
literally
isn't
going
Justice League, isn't the whole dynamic that Aquaman's going to lose all his memories?
No, I don't think they'd do that to two characters in a row.
Why? Who's the first one?
Dick?
Oh, yeah.
Like
You
two
mean
characters
Rick?
in the universe.
Stop
oh, yeah,
it. We
Rick
don't talk
Grayson
about
now.
Rick Grayson.
We don't talk about that. Ricky Spanish.
Told you DC hates that character.
Well, cue it up. Rick Grayson.
I'm leaving.
Rick Grayson.
I would like to announce that whatever issue we're on is my official last issue of the podcast.
Nice.
What happened? You finally got a mug from somewhere else?
Yeah.
We're on 14, by the way. We're almost at 20, guys. 20 full
Are we
episodes.
doing anything for 25? That's actually, I was going to ask.
Yeah, 25 is a milestone.
It is.
Maybe we'll have everyone that we've ever had on the show here.
That
We've only had
like four people. It's Kyle, Nick, the other
Nick
guy.
was on the store?
Nick.
Or not Nick.
Nick was, he commented.
No,
It was
it's
Kyle,
your
Paul.
friend Paul, the other guy, the actor guy, Brandon.
Oh yeah, Brandon, the actor guy,
I actually forgot his name.
And Matt Klein.
and Matt Klein.
And Matt Klein.
That's not a lot of. You need to start getting more guest stars.
We have not had a lot of people for a while.
Maybe 20. Maybe I'll get someone big
Who
for
are
25.
you gonna get?
Don't you worry about that.
Oh, okay.
I
Try
have
and
my
book
way.
somebody big. Let's go. Let's see.
Well, actually, what episode will we be up to for the 21st of December?
Why would you do?
Because Vita will be here.
Vita.
Vita Ayala for Livewire, the signing. December 21st, 5 to 7.
Count how many weeks, but I only think that's only like a couple weeks from
crap,
now.
They just changed my schedule too. I have to look. I'm not even kidding you.
24.
You're the worst.
No, I'm literally.
three,
Thank you for
4,
reminding me. It's in my
5.
bag. Do not let me forget.
It's only like 5 more.
My bag
So we'll
is in
probably
my
be up to
car.
like 19, 20 by then.
Okay. All
Unfortunately.
right, guys, that's it. We got to get in. We got to get those 25 episodes. We got to start doing
Before
2.
when?
We got to start doing 2 a week.
Tough.
Will can barely, and I don't mean this as a critique, darling. Will can barely edit 1 a week,
That's true.
and I don't mean that as a critique. Once again,
You're going to school for audio engineering. Step it up.
This is video editing.
Good point.
The audio engineering is what's happening now as we record this. That's only my minor. And
schmuck.
that's what I'm working on.
That's when you just drop the mic and walk out. See him do it on his own.
Nice.
It's fine.
All right, everybody. So listen, that was our news and our new releases. Not a lot of crazy stuff happened this week.
Not a lot of crazy stuff, so why don't you just come down to the store and buy some comics? Yeah.
What was that? What?
That was.
I don't
he
know.
gave
That
up
guy
halfway
keeps coming
through.
in here and taking my mic and doing things while I'm busy doing
What
audio
things is he
engineering things.
doing?
I don't know, man.
Sounds
He's crazy.
It sounds dirty.
I'm crazy. I'm nuts.
Oh my god.
Are you gonna play along with this? Come on, man. Are you
No,
gonna
I
play the
don't-
game?
No.
You gonna make it entertaining?
You're doing a well enough job on your own.
You gotta just let me have this one, man. All right. Didn't you bring a special topic for us to talk about, Devon? Oh, don't do that. I
What
can
did
hear
you
that
do?
in
What
my
did you
headphones.
do?
Your mic volume's going down. Stop.
Ugh.
Stop it.
I feel it in the back of my neck.
Okay.
Yeah,
anyway.
imagine how I feel. It's like in my ear. It's like he's doing
It's
it
like he's
in my
licking
ears.
your ear.
Stop. You're making my job that much harder.
Moist.
Your mic can just be off of the entire podcast, and I could just never tell you.
You could.
I could just cut out the entire rest of this.
I think you should do that one day. It'll just be you and me.
Yeah. Yeah, and then you'll just hear every so often like, oh yeah, the new releases. And it'll just be our reactions to like nothing. Or the like very soft voice that is
Devon
coming from the
has.
background. Because I mean these mics pick up everybody, but
Yeah.
you know.
The mics are amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
So what are we doing now? What's happening? What's going on? In this
So hey,
podcast?
I mean it's the holidays, guys. You know, there's a lot of stuff going on. We can
Happy holidays.
it's odd. We have some time. We can actually like make some recommendations,
I
give
know.
people some gift ideas.
We're only like slightly past the hour, so
Wow.
it's not that bad.
I don't really have anything else to say. Wow.
Do we want to each like pick like a comic book
Yeah,
series?
we could give like a couple things. I mean,
Okay, so definitely I want something like we should theme it. Something for a kid, and then I don't care what you do, but like give a kid recommendation. Because you know you're gonna get those kids the parents that come in. My kid likes so and so, what would you recommend?
Oh, like a kid friendly,
Yeah,
not
like
like
a
a kid
kid-friendly,
themed
yeah.
book. Because I was gonna be like,
No,
I
like,
don't read
you know
any
what I
kids
mean?
books.
Why are you
Anything
glaring at
for
me? I'm helping
anyone.
you.
Anything for anyone.
Give me an all ages book.
Is Avengers all ages?
No, She-Hulk and Thor have sex.
They don't have sex. They just kiss.
I thought they
And
had
she did it to
sex.
like revive him.
I thought they were having. I think they were doing boom boom.
I mean, I haven't read the last couple of issues, so maybe.
you don't even read the Avengers, Steve.
I know. That's why I said I thought they have sex. I was still flip through it.
They just make out a lot.
Okay, so Devon.
Sex like that would crack the world.
Oh my God! Could you imagine?
What book was it that like Superman and
snoo.
Wonder Woman were banging and Batman had to stop it before the world was destroyed? Pretty sure that's a book.
No, that was in Buffy.
Yeah, that was in Buffy, dude.
Oh.
Spike and Angel. Whoa. Angel and Buffy created a universe through her vagina. So Devon, your holiday recommendations. Go on. Yeah? That's a great book. Everyone should be reading it.
So listen, everybody, holidays are coming up. A lot of really cool gift ideas out there. I recommend, honestly, you know, people who are looking to get into some of the classic stuff. Marvel's been putting out a lot of their what they're called as Marvel Epic collections. They have them for a lot of the mainline characters: Avengers, Spider-Man, Fantastic Four, Daredevil, Thor, Punisher. And it's their collections that are they're compiling all the classic stories in chronological order, even like keeping in some tie-ins and stuff. So it's pretty cool. So yeah, definitely, if you have anyone that has anyone who's a fan out there of some Marvel characters, they've been looking to get into it. You want a good gateway for them. The Marvel Epic collections.
Good
definitely.
gateway drug into some Marvel books. Gateway book.
Gateway books into the Marvel.
That's what we should call them. Gateway books. Gateway books to start you off. Now that Marvel's restarting everything, there's a lot of good books you can restart. The X-Men universe, just starting, get into that. Extinction has been pretty good.
Oh, Extinction's solid.
I'd recommend that if you were at all interested in seeing the original X-Men get the hell out of here. Hell yeah. Go for it.
Or Jean playing favorites on her children.
Nice.
Because that still breaks me. I'm sorry.
That's true. Yeah, I saw that. That was pretty great.
Okay, so Devon recommended Epic Collection. Anything else? Which works actually as all ages too. So look at that.
Marvel Epic collections.
Epic collections. I'm recommending.
Okay, someone take it away here.
Extinction is something I'd recommend. Is there any other book? Brian Michael Bendis's Action Comics started. It was all right. I think it's pretty fun. So what he's doing with that series is actually pretty interesting with the whole like fires around Metropolis, and the relationship he's building with that firefighter, whom I was scared that Superman was going to start banging, but then you find out Lois and him aren't really like,
Separated.
divorced. So that's good to know, because I was really scared because the firefighter was like, yeah, and I was like, no, don't do it. Don't do it, Brian. Don't you do it. And,
Don't you do it, Ricky Bobby.
And he didn't, so I was really glad.
Oh, Ricky Bobby.
It turns out his son is like, I won't spoil too much, but you don't have to worry on that front. But there's a lot of work going on with there's a lot of important stuff with his son, unfortunately, that I feel like won't be fleshed out for a while. Though I did see a promo for a Superman book that had someone
February solicits. Connor comes back.
And he's older.
Or what?
Connell?
Connell?
John?
Yeah,
Just
one.
John. Oh, yeah, no, that's not Connor. That's John. Connor's different.
No, I thought...
Connor's his clone.
Yeah, I thought Connor's coming back.
Yeah, they're both going to be back.
That's going to be awkward.
That's fine.
John's That's true. Did they ever
anyway.
explain where
Nope.
Connor went?
He died.
How did he die?
He dies in Superboy.
Yeah, but that's not the normal Connor, though. There hasn't been an actual, real version of Connor since they did New 52.
Yeah.
I don't know. I honestly, aside from the fact that, don't get me wrong, I liked Connor, back when he was, a relevant character, but honestly, I think John's going to become a better character than he was. Nope. John's a more compelling character.
Who needs compelling?
Wow.
What are your recommendations, Steve? You gonna recommend another,
Red Sonja?
You gonna recommend the Dark Phoenix saga again?
No, actually, I wasn't. I'm just kind of ashamed you didn't recommend anything Valiant based, but all right.
That's true. Surprisingly enough,
So
Quantum
I
and
guess
Woody's
I'll
very
do your
good.
job for you.
Okay.
Bloodshot is pretty friggin' fantastic. The first new issue.
Never read it, but I've heard good
You really
things.
should pick it up. I actually might just say screw it and buy it for you for Christmas as part of it.
Oh my god.
God knows Devon has enough of them because he ordered 5 billion. I know. The other one that I want to recommend, which is a little bit more of an older audience world, is Marvel Knights, the 20th story that they're doing.
20th anniversary.
20th anniversary. That's a lot of fun. Really pretty artwork. So there's that one. My all ages book. I had it too, and I literally just went. Bleh. I have to. Oh, Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. Nothing says all ages like Elvira.
Like
Mistress of the
Elvira,
Dark.
really? Elvira's your all ages title.
Mm-hmm.
Not like the Young Justice collections. No, nothing. No, we went for Elvira.
Yeah.
Elvira.
Giddy up,
bow, bow.
giddy up.
No,
No, actually, sorry. One of my one of what I normally always did, even at Barnes and Noble for the book drive, I always donated the first volume of Sailor Moon. You all right there?
Yeah.
The first volume of Sailor Moon, and the first volume of Dragon Ball Z.
Those are not all ages. The
I
first
didn't think-
volume of Dragon Ball Z, Goku gets a hole blown through his chest that you can see through.
Okay.
It's a pretty bloody book. It's not all ages.
I recommend it as all ages. So.
There
Oh
are.
my god, this is breaking my mob sweater.
Well, stop
leaning
on it, you
It
putz.
wasn't.
I would recommend Teen Titans.
Which one?
Starting with the original Rebirth, starting there and going forward. That's a pretty solid, all right book. Damien's a little, hard to swallow for most of it, but other than that, the other characters are, like, their literal teamwork is only inhibited by his lack of leadership and teamwork skills, but otherwise.
The other one that I want to now I remember it because it's behind you, which made me think of it. The young what is it? X-Men First Class or Young X-Men, written by Dan Abnett, where it's the original five and
It would
like
be
untold stories.
First Class.
First Class, yeah.
I loved that book.
I had a First Class book.
That book was a lot of fun.
I think I got it at like Barnes and Noble, like when I was young, like really young.
So last week.
Yep, there we go. Was waiting for one of you to jump on that. Like I set it up on purpose.
You really did. But no, I really do recommend that. It's a lot of fun, and it's a book that they can grow with. So.
Are you rubbing your chin on the pop filter?
No, not at all. I don't know what you're talking about.
I forgot that I can
You're
hear.
losing your mind.
Yeah. I mean, I think those are some pretty good recommendations. I have to cut in and out of our awkward silences and us begging each other to do the recommendations before the others and, you know, stuff like that. But
Do you have to cut this out?
A lot of it.
no, I think I might leave that in. A lot of people like non-related banter in podcasts from what I listened to this podcast about REM, my favorite band in the world, and you have to skip Jesus like 90 minutes in before they actually start talking. Each episode is an album or, you know, like fan club singles. It's an encyclopedia of all their stuff. They did it with U2 before, and it's with Adam Scott and Scott Aukerman. Adam Scott of Parks and Rec fame and Scott Aukerman of co-writing Shark Tales. And yeah, they apparently Adam Scott's like the biggest REM fan in the world, and Scott Aukerman kind of, and they go back and forth, but they generally just talk about the regular stuff they do for a good majority of the podcast, and then they listen to like a minute of a song because they've already listened to the album before the episode, and then they talk about but sometimes they go so long with the stuff that they do beforehand that they have to rush it at the end, and it makes me really mad. There have been episodes where I've just skipped the majority of the episode just to get to the album part because it's all I care about. Because a lot of the times they'll go, is this an episode of I Love Films? And they have this gag where they do little episodes in between, like I Love Films and you're being really rude right now, and they'll just like play a song and they'll be like, hi, welcome to like Cash Money episode whatever, this is a really great episode, and then they'll cut away. There's like a lot of segues that get really annoying at times, but I really enjoy it.
But you skip most of it.
Not often. I've only done that like twice, and REM has like 15 albums. So
15?
Yeah, because I heard you were arguing with Annalisa that they had like 5 albums, and I went through and I was like, Murmur Reckoning?
No. That's not what I said. I said I can only think of like 5 songs by REM.
Oh. That is not what she said.
I'm pretty sure that's how it went down. That could also be the costume talking. But no, I'm being serious. Like, I can't even name, like...
No, they definitely don't have, like, a classic album of all time or anything like that. But they do have some very, like, influential pop culture songs like Everybody Hurts and It's the End of the World, Losing My Religion.
I forgot
Man
they
on
did
the Moon,
It's the End of the World.
Shiny Happy People.
That's
yeah.
like their song.
I only know the one that...
As much as they don't. I mean, they do like it, but every now and again, you know, they got a little annoyed. They really like Losing My Religion and Man on the Moon.
Yeah, Man on the Moon I knew, and It's the End of the World. Everybody Hurts I knew.
Shiny Happy People. That's how I got introduced to them. They were playing a version of that called Furry Happy Monsters when I was a kid, and they played it on Sesame Street, and I loved it. And I was like, God, I wish I knew who that band was called. Me as like a 4-year-old watching Sesame Street, and I never found out until later. I heard a very similar song called Shiny Happy People, and I was like, what band is this? Little to know, they're nothing like that song. Like they actually don't really like that song that much, and hated that it got so popular. But I actually really like them.
I always find it funny how artists, like any type of artist, writers, bands, everybody, like they always get mad at the thing that makes them the money. Like, I mean, Alan
Only
Moore,
that one though. Like,
Alan Moore with
have
Watchmen. Alan Moore with Watchmen is a perfect example. Like, the man spits so much venom about DC, about Watchmen, about everything that is comic books. And it's like, dude, you're a household name. The book is a household name. Like, why are you mad? Stop being so mad.
I can understand with musicians, though, because you have to play that song forever now.
Yeah.
You're stuck playing that for every live show you ever do. Otherwise, the audience will riot. But with a comic book, I can't understand that because you wrote it, it's published, it's done, everybody likes it. So you have to go to conventions and sign. You don't even have to go to the conventions. You can choose. They don't force you. But you go, and you can assume that people are going to want you to, sign that book, and the majority of people are going to want you to sign that book. But it's not like they're going to make you read it page for page for every person.
No, but I also think that, like, at the same time, especially bands, like prolific bands, especially ones who have, I mean, like you said, like, I'm surprised to even know that they have, like, 15 albums, REM, but you don't have to play all the hit songs. Like,
they did say that there were nights that they left out, like It's the End of the World and stuff like that, but they always played Losing My Religion and Man on the Moon because they generally like those songs, and sometimes you do get lucky that you just really enjoy, like the Bare Naked Ladies. They love If I Had $1 Million, and they've played that since they formed. Because that was such a big hit, which was weird because that wasn't even a single for the album that came out.
Wait, are you talking the Bare Naked Ladies? You're talking about B&L?
Yeah, B&L.
B&L, the
Are we doing the community
double platinum?
Double
that
platinum?
B&L?
Yeah. I found a shirt that was really funny that I posted on my Instagram, which is literally just the names of the members of the band, but two of them are crossed out. And one is a sixth name is written on the bottom as a joke because one left and one was replaced, and that one was replaced by the other guy whose name is written on the bottom, and then the other guy left, but they didn't replace him because the group was kind of co-front man. And then when Steve Page left, Ed just took over full time.
I honestly still say that their best song was 1 Week.
I like it, not my favorite, honestly. I think one of my favorite would either probably be, I don't know, maybe Brian Wilson. One of their earlier. My favorite record by them is Gordon, their first one, when they had all 5 original members. They had that, and they only made 2 records with all 5 original members, which was Gordon and Maybe You Should Drive.
It was actually a really good band, and I'm really disappointed that the lead singer died before they hit it real big. Sublime.
Oh.
If you ever get a chance,
Sublime with Rome or just Sublime?
Sublime.
Okay.
If you get a chance, look up the band Sublime.
Is that the one that does House Party? I really want to know. Yeah, that band.
I also wanted to compliment you on your editing skills.
Well, thank you. Just in general?
No, I've heard
one?
I heard not improvement because I'm trying to form cohesive words. Compared to when we first started to where we are now, you transition it very smoothly. And I kind of
like
forgot.
Transition between edits? Oh, thank you.
I didn't even notice, like, it was one of those things I was listening to last week's issue. Mm-hmm. And
yeah,
I was
there was actually points where I didn't even realize.
I didn't realize that.
I had until I actually thought about it.
Yeah,
oh, yeah, that's right.
Wait, we talked more about that later.
And
yeah.
it didn't feel as harsh of an edit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, early
in the beginning,
we were kind of like,
yeah,
like there were points where we were like, oh yeah, no, that's definitely like an edit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I try not to.
We would be talking about something, and clearly we weren't going to this next line right away, and we were like, oh.
Yeah, there are times where it's just difficult where I have to cut it.
I just wanted to compliment you on that.
Thank you, guys.
So, but yeah, listen.
We would be nothing without you.
I'm just so...
I don't know.
I'm just so grateful for you guys, man.
Gotta grease them up somehow.
This is so great.
All right, everybody. Thanks for listening to the October Country Comics podcast. This is Devon Cough Syrup
McGee.
So I don't know. I had something. I didn't know where I was going with it. Hold on. Wait. Give me a second. Let me think.
Devon, the madman, comic book loving, lover of all things wonderful and amazing man, leader of the pack, lovely, driving man, driven forward by his ever-growing enthusiasm to sell you comic books at this wonderful store. Did I mention you could come down and buy some books, start yourself off on a series that isn't too far in so you know what you're getting yourself into?
Trustworthy.
Trustworthy man.
did
He
you-
can recommend you
Did you miss
things.
any part of his ass with that kiss?
No, I think I cleaned it.
Wow.
Cleaned it dry.
Let's try this again. Thanks everybody for coming out. Listen to another October Country Comics podcast. This is Devon
Will.
Wheaton.
I'm just damaged right now.
Like the comic book character?
Yeah.
Like the comic book character Damaged?
I'm pretty much a gray.
Isn't he like a member of the
Hulk-looking-
Suicide Squad now?
No.
Is it? I don't know.
Who could keep up with that trash
Who
anymore?
knows? Who knows who's part of? All I know is that they heavy-handedly sold that movie in the trailer. It's like we're some kind of Suicide Squad.
Oh, you know
Remember
what we
when
should have
he-
talked about today?
What?
The Lion King teaser.
Why would that have any prevalence on
Why
our
not?
show?
We had nothing else to talk about.
I feel like this is the point where Will's just going to cut us off mid-sentence because the podcast just won't end.
No.
Yeah, but do you remember when David Ayer was like, "Oh man, this is gonna screw over Marvel. This movie's so great. We're so much better than Marvel." And it came out and it was garbage.
I love how that movie came out. He was going on about. Originally, the movie came out. Everyone's like, "Oh, we really want the director's cut because we heard a whole bunch of stuff got cut out." He goes, "No, the movie I put out in the theater, that is the director's cut." And the movie came out, and there was an extended director's cut. And then he's like, "Yeah, no, this is the real version of the movie." But there was still a ton of stuff that he didn't put in. And then a year later, he was like, "Oh yeah, by the way, I really didn't like what we did with Suicide Squad. I regret everything about what I did with the villain, and the Joker should have been the villain." And he's like, "Yeah, if I could change it, I would go back and change everything about the movie."
And do it right, like everybody said. I like that the director agrees with the fans.
I love that it took him like a year to finally realize that he made just a Garbo movie.
Garbo.
entertaining.
That movie is Garbo.
So, all right, but for real this time.
Deuces.
All right, guys.
Bye.
Bye. Like, what do you?
What do you?
going-
What?
Oh,
Usually
okay,
you say
I-
your name.
I
I
thought you
thought
were
you were starting
All right.
over with the like.
All right, yeah,
Usually
okay.
you say,
All
"All right, guys, this
All
is
right, no,
Devon."
seriously. Okay, guys, this is it. This is us signing off. This has been another October Country Comics podcast. This is Devon.
Brian.
Brian. Oh.
I
Meg.
don't know.
Meg.
All right, Will.
Barbara.
Okay, that's it. We're over.